There are two kinds of persuasion. One is what I call the dark side of persuasion, which is coercive force, which basically says that if you have a large army, you can bring it to bear on someone and force them to do what you want. That's not a particularly interesting type of persuasion because A, it doesn't really work that well. As soon as the army leaves, people start disregarding you. And B, you have to be, this is not a political commentary. But if you happen to be thinking that way, I can't control that. But B is you need to make sure you've actually got the bigger guns before you go in. The other way of persuasion is what I call there's the dark side of the force. What's the other? The light side? There's the light side of the force. And that is essentially getting someone else to want the same thing that you do. And you do that by appealing to their self-interest, by understanding their point of view so thoroughly that you can craft a situation that is as motivating to them to do what you want as it is to you. As you are doing that, I mean, traditionally what people do when they try to craft win-win things is they look at the currencies and they look at all the stuff involved. I say look first at the emotions. Ask yourself, what is this person's emotional agenda? And let's oversimplify people's emotional life for a minute and say you're going to have greed and you're going to have fear. And if it's fear, they're going to be afraid that by adopting your agenda, either they're going to lose something they currently have, power, territory, control, status, money, prestige, or they're not going to gain something that they currently think they're going to gain. Typically, power, money, control, status, prestige, etc. So if you're going to be engaging in persuasion, stop and think for a few minutes, what are the agendas of the people involved that aren't the rational agendas? Not the task-oriented agendas, but what are the emotions involved that are going to get triggered by this? Once you know that, start aligning yourself with the other person. So if you know that somebody is really motivated by power and you're going to introduce some change in an organization or some proposal that's going to suddenly divert some funding, attention, and money or whatever the power currency is in your organization to you, make sure that you get them involved in some way that they perceive as preserving or giving them some amount of power as well.